Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Movies Are Real for the month of November 2023. I am your host, George. Gobble, gobble. Hello. I'm here with Ryan Lance.
Gobble, gobble.
Thanksgiving. You're the pro.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, okay. And Carrie Lyles.
I've never heard someone say gobble gobble in like an accusatory questioning way.
Gobble, gobble.
What?
Maybe that was in Thanksgiving, a movie we did not see.
Yeah. Skipped.
Yeah, I'll watch it when it comes out digitally, probably, eventually. Anyways, hello there, everybody. Welcome to Movies Are Real. We're talking about the movies of the month prior. We're looking forward to the next month. We got a podcast here for November, baby. I'm thankful for movies. You know what I'm saying? As this episode goes live in December.
Listen, it's never too early to be thankful for cinema.
Yeah.
Right?
I think did the actor strike? Everything. The strikes are all over now, right?
Yes, I think there might be some like contracts that need to be touched up a bit, but for the most part, everyone's working again.
Great. We can finally get to finishing Joker Part 2 or whatever.
God.
The hell is back on Mank 2? I don't know. Anyways, November. It's the holiday season. We usually have a lot of we're starting to get some of the award stuff. So we have the high quality stuff starts coming down the pipe. One acclaimed director, Sofia Coppola. And for the second year in a row, life has gifted us a movie about Elvis.
Thank goodness.
Not enough stuff about that man. But this time, what about the woman behind the man, folks? You know,
And by woman, I mean
little girl.
Just a little girl.
And what Napoleon? Okay, that's weird. Well, there's a again, as usual, listener, we're watching a bunch of shit on the television. There's a trailer for Be Cool. I think this is Be Cool, and there's a fake movie about Napoleon, a movie we're going to be talking about today. Anyways, woman,
Priscilla,
little girl, guy.
Eventually, she becomes a woman.
Eventually, she becomes a woman. So yeah, Sofia Coppola's Priscilla with the leading woman who I couldn't find anything. Like she was in a Craft sequel.
She was, yeah. She's in Devs. That's how I know her.
She's in Devs. But Jacob Elordi is playing our black slicked haired man here. Yeah, he's Australian. No idea who Elvis was apparently until this movie.
That's hilarious.
That's very funny. So yeah, this is a movie that I guess tells Priscilla Presley's story, but it is also Elvis's because she is a Presley. She married Elvis, and she was very young when she met Elvis. Elvis is a little weird, as it turns out, as what this movie
crazy.
reveals. Yeah, I don't even know where to start with this movie. I guess I'll start by saying I think it's all right.
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
I agree.
It's all right. That's what I guess there. Oh, Ryan, what do you think? You like Sofia Coppola?
I like Sofia Coppola. This definitely felt like a lot more like her earlier stuff to me. Just with like the vibes and like the looks and like the sadness. I love that shit. It was just like the focus on, it's just interesting because like the Elvis movie that came out last year, I feel like Priscilla was in 2 scenes. Is that fair to say?
Maybe 3.
Maybe like 4.
Maybe like 4, but well, like how about?
There's the meaning. There's the ending.
She's in the watching the Christmas
Yes.
thing.
Maybe she's
showing up.
in the
Okay.
Vegas show at one point.
She watches the Vegas show because he starts kissing all those ladies.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
how
at
about
least-
2 lines in the movie? Is that more fair?
Maybe 2 or
No.
3.
Okay.
Ryan, why you gotta be mean to Elvis all the time, okay? I watched
listen.
Baz Luhrmann's movie, and I learned that he went through a lot, and he was a nice guy.
Oh, I had some bad news about this other movie. He had
What?
some other stuff going on.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, it's just nice seeing this stuff from a different perspective, especially from this like kind of more
Based on the autobiography of Priscilla?
Right,
Yes.
yeah.
Or memoirs or something?
Yeah,
memoir,
Priscilla
and
Presley
she also
wrote,
was a
I believe.
producer on it
Yeah.
as well before she passed. And then yeah, just seeing this new perspective on it, with that whole Sofia Coppola like lens of like, it feels like that like kind of like young adult womanhood kind of like lens that you see like in some like the Virgin Suicides, which I love the movie a lot, so that's great. And like I don't know what to say. Just like very good.
Yeah, it's kind of everything
Kaylee
you.
Spaney
Yeah.
is great in this.
I don't think there's any surprise. I think this movie is exactly what you think you're gonna get from Sofia Coppola doing a Priscilla movie. I don't know.
I think the most surprise would be like if you didn't know that she was 14. When
That
they
is
met.
crazy.
Yeah.
It was like what?
'Cause I don't even remember if they really touch on that.
No,
They did not
like-
mention that at all.
Like she's, I think in the scene in the Baz Luhrmann one, she's in like a school uniform or
Yeah.
something. So
And
you
you're
could
supposed
be
to
like,
imply, but yeah.
I see. But also, I want to correct the record that Priscilla Presley is in fact still alive.
Oh
Lisa
no,
Marie
there.
died.
Yes, Lisa Marie died. That's what I'm thinking of. And I remember she talked against this movie.
You're right. She emailed Sofia Coppola and was like, "Hey, this movie is not correct." And Sofia
It's like-
Coppola was like, "I hope you understand that we're approaching this with the utmost sensitivity."
Yeah. And also, your mom said it was.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I'm
I don't
talking
know.
to your mom.
It's like my dad was very nice. Like, yeah, I bet he was really nice to you. But...
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. Is there anything else to say about this? It's fine. It's good.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out my favorite part of the movie when Elvis gets really into philosophy and he's just reading all
Oh,
the
yeah.
fucking books. And Priscilla's like, "Please, I want to sex you." And he's like, "Honey, I'm trying to read books. Get away from me." And then he talks to Colonel for 1 second and he's like, "I can't do these books anymore. They're a distraction." And then they're just burning the books. That was my favorite part of the whole movie.
That was very funny.
That was so fucking funny.
Jacob Elordi does a good job. He's
Yeah,
fine.
he was good.
Yeah, he sounds like Elvis.
It's funny to continue existing in a world where Jacob Elordi is a big deal to so many people, and we're all just kind of like, I don't know. He
Yeah.
seems like a goofus.
He seems
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, not bad, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
people seem to approach him with this like, yes, gravitas, Jacob Elordi, and I'm like, who is that? He's very tall.
He is very tall. That's the main thing you can say about him in Euphoria. He's very tall.
All right. Well, that's Priscilla,
Yeah.
folks.
Fun movie.
Check it out. A movie that we have discussed a lot in this podcast, or at least in our personal lives, as Carrie has been,
Yeah.
you know, I wouldn't say anticipating, but I don't know, like when a train is I don't know, when a train's coming at you, and you're
Carrie's
like,
been
huh.
talking about these Hunger Games books since I've known her. I think
Big
that's
fan.
yeah. So a new Hunger Games book came out, and then that means a new Hunger Games movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
Some say this one is a ballad of songbirds and snakes.
It's so true.
I'm on the fence on that. I think only you saw this though.
It's true.
Well, Carrie, after
and?
much, yeah.
The movie was okay, surprisingly. I thought it was all right. A lot of people are saying that it's their new favorite one of the series. That's crazy talk.
That's wild.
That's recency bias. Relax.
Is there
But-
Yeah,
is
this
there
is
a
getting,
part where
like-
Lenny Kravitz gets fucking nuked while you're going up a tube? That's pretty good.
yeah, I
This
don't
is
think
getting
so.
like insanely high reviews.
Yeah, well, because
Which is crazy to me.
Well, maybe a lot of people like me. I don't know what the general consensus on the book is.
It's also had legs. This movie's had legs. It has
Yeah.
not dropped off box office
Yeah,
wise.
it keeps trucking.
Mhm.
But so I don't know. I think people were just excited to watch it. I don't know if everyone who was excited to watch it read the book, because I did not like the book at
It's
all.
possible. When did the book come out? It was
A couple years,
I think
like
it was
2020,
I think it
21.
was like during COVID.
Either 2020 or 2021.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember buying it day one and then starting it and being like, oh, oh no.
I like this.
But for anyone who doesn't know, this is a prequel focusing on President Snow when he was 18 years old and still in school. And the setup for this one is this is the year of the Hunger Games where the ratings are low. No one's watching. We gotta figure out how to get people into the games again. And so their school assignment is the top 24 of the class are each assigned one of the tributes to be their mentors. This is the first year that they implement the mentoring system. And we just follow President Snow as he navigates getting assigned the girl from District 12. And she's a little bit rebellious. She's like a rebellious girl from District 12.
Played by Rachel Ziegler.
Hey!
The guy, I have no idea who that man is.
Tom Blythe?
Not Donald Sutherland.
Yeah, not nowhere near Donald Sutherland. I don't know how we get from this guy to Donald Sutherland, because as we know, Donald Sutherland has like such a timbre to his presence and voice. But yeah, I thought this movie was okay. watching it is a lot easier than reading it because having to live inside, because President Snow's just a little bitch the entire time.
He is the protagonist instead of being like a camera.
Yeah, instead of just watching everything go down and not having to have his inner monologue, just having to pour over each word physically, individually, and being like, God, I hate this man. God, I hate this man. But it's pretty fun. Does anyone have any questions?
Okay, is it more interesting than Mockingjay Part 1? And Part 2, for that matter. They're not great movies.
It depends what you're looking for, I suppose. Because if you just really like the OG characters, then I don't think it adds...
I enjoy the political sort of stuff of it.
The lore expansion is fun, and that's some of the stuff that I found the most interesting, both in the book and watching the movie, where you get to learn how certain things are implemented. Like, this was the first year they do... gifts, like a donation thing. This is the first year that they realize that they can make the tributes likable, and then people will care about them and donate.
This is where they made it more gimmicky and reality show.
Yes, this is where it becomes a reality show instead of just actual torture that they're watching every year. Yeah. But it's fun. There's a lot of songs in it because Rachel is she plays Lucy Gray. She's our titular songbird, so she's a singer, and it's pretty interesting if you're into that.
It's got a few Olivia Rodrigo songs in it, or at least one.
There's one Olivia Rodrigo song. I don't know.
Second question: what is Viola Davis doing in this film?
Oh my God, she's the best part. So her character is. Do you remember? Seneca Crane from the first
man
one,
with the wild haircut. Yeah, wild beard.
That's pretty much her role.
Okay.
She's the game maker, but they play it more. She's also like a scientist, so she is just a mad scientist character, and she has a lab with all these fucking creatures, and she's doing experiments, figuring out what stuff to implement into the Hunger Games.
And is that where Hunter Schafer comes in?
Hunter Schafer plays Tigress. Right. So you remember...
Yes, I remember Tigress.
That's President Snow's cousin.
Oh.
We didn't know that until the new book came out.
That's great.
And I remember that was one of the things where I was like, oh, what are we fucking doing here? When I started reading the book, and it was like, President Snow's cousin, Tigress. And I'm like, no, I did not know that. But yeah, so she's Snow's cousin. That's where Hunter Schafer comes in.
Does she starking her weird tiger tattoos?
Nope, no mention of any sort of cat body mods in this. So why is she called Tigress? No clue. No idea.
Is this a separate person also named Tigress?
I don't think so.
It's not what if Tigress is like the John of like the most common name of this world?
Maybe.
Interesting.
So my name's Tigress. Yeah, mine too. Real original, all right?
Well, I'll say that I don't think I have much interest outside of the Hunger Games, outside of like the setting and Jennifer Lawrence. So I'm not gonna. No,
I like watching kids kill each other.
This one, I would say, in terms of, it's been a minute since I've rewatched any of the other ones, but in terms of like the brutality, there's a lot more of that, because it's not like gadgets and they're not in like a VR world, they're just in a coliseum.
Yeah, basically. I hated that. That was really it. I was like, oh, it's the ghost bats, and it's like why can't they just kill each other?
No, yeah, there's none of that, because this all predates that, so they're just literally in an arena.
Although I do like the idea, like, for the very first Hunger Games, they just threw people in a room and like, kill each other.
Yeah, the first ones were probably very awkward, because this is the 10th one, so, in this movie. We're starting to find our footing.
It's like, we rented at an old mall, and you guys are just gonna kill each other. We got some GoPros, just go at it.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's the Hunger Games, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. It seems like a success. So good. Congratulations to everybody. Will we let it done? Is it done now, or do we maybe make the Hunger Games into some sort of like prestige mini series or TV series?
I was talking to Ryan about this. I was like, if we think about it, we have. Because the last Hunger Games that happened was the 76th Hunger Games, so we got all kinds of different Hunger Games that we can tap into.
Forever.
The people want a Haymitch Hunger Games. The people to see what his, because he was also in a Quarter Quell. If you remember, Katniss's The Catching Fire was a Quarter Quell. People want. I don't know what else people want.
See why Tigress looks like
They
that.
we gotta get a Tigress movie. More Quarter Quell movies would be fun because the
Okay.
first Quarter Quell, I believe, everyone had to vote for which people from each district they wanted to.
So it was like an unpopularity contest. That's hilarious.
So that would be really funny. And Haymitch's Quarter Quell there was just twice as many people competing in the Hunger Games, which would be chaotic. But I don't know. I don't need to expand further on Hunger Games lore unless you want to do a full Hunger Games podcast.
No, that's okay. The Marvels. Marvel Studios presents The Marvels, directed by Nia DaCosta, starring Brie Larson, Teyonah Parris, Iman Vellani, and Samuel Jackson. Yep, this is the sequel to Captain Marvel, but also
the sequel to the Miss Marvel
television
TV
show, and I understand
kind of WandaVision.
Yeah,
too.
so say WandaVision, right?
Yeah, because
the second lady that I had no idea who she was.
Teyonah Parris, she got her powers in WandaVision, so kind of a sequel to Three Things, which is a bit of a mess.
Also, one of the shortest Marvel movies.
Yes,
it's an hour and 40.
Yes, it is under
which is
2 hours.
Wild to me.
I'm the one who saw this.
Yeah.
This did not do well in the box office, and people seem to not like it. I thought this was awesome. And part of that was because it's so short, like, it's not wasting any time. It's just, like, getting to, like, the stuff. It just kind of begins straight up with, you know, Captain Marvel on an adventure, and then suddenly, like, all the three characters are doing their own thing, and then suddenly they're all getting body swapped every time they use their powers. And the film does, like, interesting stuff with that, where, like, they're fighting, and then they're fighting on different ends of, like, an area, and then they swap, and then they kind of quickly figure out what's going on and reevaluate and keep going like that. It does a lot of fun stuff with that. It does a lot of fun stuff with going to different planets that all have a different, like, look and atmosphere. There is a planet where it's like the way you communicate is through song. So everyone has to sing, and that's very interesting. And I wish they had done a bit more with that. And then it's just a fun, nice time, and it's short and brief and quick, and stylish, and it's just really good. I don't know what to say. It's the most, like, interesting Marvel thing, like, lately, and there's been a bunch of stinkers, pretty much nonstop. So
I have a question.
yes,
Is our main villain here at all related to Lee Pace's character in Guardians of the Galaxy?
technically yes.
Okay.
She is an accuser. So she is from the Kree planet. So basically, her thing is at the end of Captain Marvel, which I had to rewatch because I did not super remember it. She's like, I'm gonna go to the Kree planet and I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna stop the Supreme Intelligence, the AI robot that controls them, because they shouldn't be doing all that. She goes and destroys it, but then that planet just gets super fucked up.
Okay.
And they're like, this lady sucks. She fucking ruined our awesome robot. We need to fucking kill her. And so she is the new accuser because he was an accuser on that planet, and she is after Brie Larson
Because she destroyed their AI
yes,
thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
she destroyed their AI thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And then everyone else is along for the ride.
Does it follow in the very traditional Marvel formula of not a great villain?
I mean, she has more of a people have said that it's not a great villain, but I think it at least it's a better villain than most in the sense that it builds off what happened in, like, the last movie. A lot of times for these superhero villains, it's just like, and I'm evil, and I'm going to steal the secret rod of pain. It's like, all right, that's fine. So at least it has that backup, because the film is so quick, you don't get a lot of time to, like, settle in with her, because it has to focus a lot of time on the three main characters. So that is kind of a thing, but I can kind of forgive it just because that's not really what it's trying to be. It's just trying to be a quick, fun, kind of old school type of action-y thing.
What if I never saw Captain Marvel and I have no interest in watching Captain Marvel, but I might watch an hour and 40-minute movie that is on Disney Plus? Would I still maybe enjoy this?
I think you would. I think so. I think it does enough establishing. For Ms. Marvel, they do a quick thing at the front that's like, hey, here's what this show is, and I'm here now.
Okay.
And then with Teyonah Parris's character, you can just kind of get. So she is like, so in the original Captain Marvel film, you know, she has like her friend and like her and her friend's daughter. Teyonah Parris is that daughter grown up.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, it's my Aunt Carol and all that stuff. So there's a bit of that relationship that might be helpful to know on, but
Okay.
you're just gonna know like, hey, this was her aunt basically,
Okay.
and because she went to space and had adventures, the relationship isn't super great.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you liked it, Ryan.
I like it. It's very good. There's some
You're
X-Men
the
stuff
one
at
person
the
in
end.
the
Yeah.
world. Oh yeah.
Yeah, which was very random and weird, just because I was like, oh, it's Beast.
Is it Niles Crane? Is it Fraser? Fraser Crane.
It's
was
Fraser. Yeah.
Niles. That's someone
Yeah.
else. Okay. Well, there you go. Miss Marvel. Check it out on Disney Plus. It's certainly due soon on
Probably.
Disney Plus. I'll watch
My
that.
problem is like it did bad, and like there was this Bob Iger quote where he's like, I think it did bad because of COVID. It wouldn't let as many executives on set to be watching it. It's like, you think the problem was executives weren't micromanaging it? That no. That's if anything, that's the reason why it has like a personality.
Yeah.
And also, that was the same case with Quantumania, where it was filmed during COVID, so there couldn't be executives. And that film's an absolute fucking ugly mess. So I don't know.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, that movie's really bad. That movie's really bad.
Speaking of movie that I don't want to watch. Well, actually, no, I want to watch the Marvels, but I don't want to watch. I have no interest in watching Napoleon. Ridley Scott's Napoleon, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Vanessa Kirby. Carrie, is Carrie the only one who saw Napoleon?
I refuse to watch this movie.
Okay.
I'm so shocked that Ryan was not interested in Napoleon.
Well, Carrie.
You're not missing much.
Okay, Ridley Scott, of course, House of Gucci,
Yeah.
Exodus, Gods and Kings.
Yeah.
The man who dunked on Martin Scorsese, who was like, it doesn't take me 4 years to make
just
a movie.
make more movies, idiot.
It's like, I know you do, but it also shows that you do.
So yeah, what do we got from this?
I did not get anything.
Okay,
from
great.
this movie. It was fine. I like how Napoleon was played by Joaquin Phoenix, and I like how he played him as just a pathetic little weirdo. That was really funny. And of course, the "you think you're so great just because you have boats" line was very, very funny. And anything outside of that, I just could not be bothered to care about. But as we've established, I'm not a history person. Like, that's none of my business. That's done and gone.
None of my business.
I don't know any of that. So if you're a person who's into the history of Napoleon, I imagine this would be fun to watch. And you could, when it was like, oh, Battle of Waterloo is starting, me and Greg were like, oh shit, here comes Waterloo.
I remember that from my history books.
That's the only thing I remember about Napoleon, and because I love the song Waterloo by ABBA. But yeah, it's okay. If it looks like something you'll like, you'll love it. If you watch the trailer and you're like, that looks boring, you're right.
We're now getting a trailer for Crybaby, and I've never seen any footage of Crybaby, and that looked great. That looks like a great trailer.
Rocks.
I know you love him.
That was my first John Waters movie, just because it was
Good
during my
trailer.
Johnny Depp phase.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me watch this, and I was like, weird.
Napoleon, right? Crybaby, a movie I would like to watch more than Napoleon. Does Vanessa Kirby do anything interesting in this movie? I like Vanessa Kirby, but she's also just a pretty lady sometimes, and they just get her to be a pretty lady.
Her character was fun, but honestly, I can't think of any scenes where I was like, yes, loved that.
Okay.
That was something she did, but this movie just did not stick with me at all, so
All right.
I'm not the best
Good
person
job.
to ask.
Good job, Ridley Scott. Keep making stuff. Keep getting paid.
I
Know
do
what I'm
like
saying?
I like Joaquin. He was great.
All right. Dream Scenario. This is the A24 film starring Nicolas Cage and Michael Cera's in. I don't know how. I see in the trailer. That's all I know. Where Nicolas Cage's character just starts appearing in people's dreams for some reason. He is a professor. It seems like.
Yes.
That's all I know about this movie, but I have not seen it. And I realized when Carrie provided us the notes, like, fuck, I missed the theatrical release of this movie. So yeah, I don't know. Dream Scenario. Carrie, what is this? What do you think?
I liked this movie a lot. It plays a lot with it's kind of surreal and absurd, just with the way the dream stuff is presented. A lot of people have made the comparison that it's sort of like a Charlie Kaufman kind of thing, and I would agree with that. I don't think it's as like melancholy as any of his stuff, but it's got the same sort of tone of weirdness, especially when we watch the scenes that are the dreams that people are having, and Nicolas Cage is just being kind of weird in them, or weird stuff is happening. So we follow this professor as he starts hearing from multiple people that they've been dreaming about him, and it starts taking off, and he gets a bit of viral fame, and we follow the trials and tribulations, both positive and negative, of that.
Okay.
It's a fun time.
Ryan, what'd you think of this?
It's very fun. It's very funny. Nicolas Cage, great performance. The one thing I'll say that like I think that maybe like this a little less than Carrie is, you know, as you can like see from the trailer, there's like a point where like, you know, his fame, people start like turning against him. And I feel like the point where people like when like, oh, we love this guy who shows up in dreams, and like we hate this guy, it felt very sudden. Like, it felt like in one scene, it was like, funny guy, and it's like, go to hell, I hate you.
Well, that's how things work in this cancel culture society that we're living in, right?
I guess, you know, now you feel like that, I guess I get it. But, I don't know, it just felt like a sudden thing, and I can kind of get, like, I think I understand, like, why, like, in the context of the film, like, why that stuff was happening. But it's also, like, why is this reaction so harsh so suddenly? And I think the big one for me that like I thought was weird is, you know, when he's in that like when people are like kind of like afraid of him, he's in that auditorium with like the students, and then they all like run away out of fear. But then like suddenly they're outside making fun of him and like filming him, and it's like if like him being like in the same room as you causes you like this emotional response of like flight, why are you now like filming like yourself being all ha ha loser? Like that just seems kind of off. It felt like there was something in the middle there that was like cut for time,
maybe,
which I don't know. But other than that, you know, Nicolas Cage great, very funny. All the weird wacky characters are fantastic. Michael Cera's funny. I don't know. It's just a fun time. It didn't match my expectations for it, unfortunately, but it's still a very good film.
Yeah, Michael Cera's character is really funny. He plays like brand representative guy who's like a marketing person, and he's trying
So we've been talking to Sprite.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out. He's trying to accommodate ads so that they can get him to somehow dream. His dream essence is like an ad. So when he shows up in people's dreams and he's drinking Sprite, they're like, he's like, I don't want to be associated with Sprite. I want to write a book about ants.
Like, yeah, we can talk about that, but like the people at Sprite are really excited.
That sounds pretty good.
We could get you to meet with Obama. It's so funny. I love this movie.
There's some really funny stuff. Yes.
That's very good. This movie made $6 million, which is not great, but also, you know,
I feel like it wasn't out for very long.
No, it wasn't because I missed it.
I feel like people were kind of lukewarm on it.
Yeah,
okay.
I think the problem was like there was only one trailer for it, so I think people probably got sick of that.
I did get sick of it, but that's just all A24 movies only have one trailer though.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, what's up with A24? They're gonna go public soon, and they're just bombing on here over here. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, Dream Scenario. I will make sure to catch that eventually, but yeah, I missed it out. Anyways. Omaha Zone. We're so proud of him, folks. Alexander Payne is back with a movie that is not about people being small. Finally. The Holdovers, starring Paul Giamatti. Yeah, this is a sort of a throwback movie. It's presented as a throwback of it is a 4x3. It looks like it's shot on. I haven't been able to find. Is it actually shot on film, or is it digital?
And like a grain thing.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. Sometimes I believe that some parts are shot on film, some can't. But anyways, whatever. Paul Giamatti plays this really curmudgeon, old school professor at a private high school.
Yeah, I'd say
right?
so. Yeah.
Because they talk about college, so
yeah, it's like a boarding school.
it's like a
college
private
prep.
boarding school for like senators' kids and
Yeah.
fucking bunch of fuckheads, bunch of weird, or people who are just really smart, and they wind up in the
Right.
sort of like another movie we're gonna talk about here. It's Christmas time. During the Christmas time, everybody can go back home and hang out with their families, and such. But there are some kids that can't go back for one reason or another. Those are the holdovers, folks. TM. Paul Giamatti this year has been stuck with the group, and everybody hates him, and he hates them. But one kid in particular, he's specifically annoyed about, and stuff happens. They find out that they may have more in common than they think. And I fucking love this movie. I love this movie. I think I lost the way I describe it. You watch a movie and then you write your letterbox review and you have all your thoughts, and then we do this podcast and I
Right.
fucking forget everything. But the thing with it for me is that it is framed like an old-timey movie, but it's not. It doesn't feel like a gimmick. It really feels like it's kind of always been there, and I just discovered this movie that somebody recommended to me. Is like, yeah, this kind of sad but kind of nice Christmas movie about being alone and finding someone, blah, blah, all that stuff. But yeah, for me, it completely accomplished that goal of a feeling like a Christmas movie that you just never saw. That is about being alone on Christmas, and it's touching as well. Paul Giamatti is great in it.
So good.
Yeah, I loved this movie. I thought it was great. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. I didn't expect it. I thought it was gonna be like pretty good, and it wound up really, really touching me. I loved it a lot. Ryan, you didn't see this, right?
I did not.
Carrie?
Fool.
I'm sorry.
You watched Downsizing, but you didn't watch The Holdovers.
My parents made me see Downsize, and I was against it completely. I'm sorry.
Fair point.
Yeah, Carrie. You saw this with your mom, you said?
Yes,
Okay.
me and my mom went to see this one. She had already seen it.
Oh,
and,
okay.
I was like, well, I want to see it. And she's like, I'll see it again. And I was like, perfect. But, yeah, I agree with pretty much everything you said. I liked how warm and classic it felt, and Paul Giamatti was amazing, and the main kid was really good
Yeah.
too. And I think I read that this was his first movie ever, or
He's able to hold his own with Paul.
yeah,
Which
it's
is
really, really great.
Mhm.
And I loved their back and forth, and I loved the cook as well. She was a really good grounding force in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Who's a
stuff.
character whose kid got drafted and went to the military, or he joined it voluntarily, actually. Not drafted. He joined voluntarily so he could get a full ride scholarship.
Yes.
And then he died
Mhm.
in combat.
Yeah.
And also the husband also died. I forgot how.
I
They
don't
mentioned
remember.
that, but essentially she's lost her husband and her kids, so she's
Right. So she is also alone on Christmas.
yeah. And the way they deal with that, and the way they, not in a movie sense, but in a real life sense, where it's like, we all know this about you, and it's this sort of elephant in the room, where like who.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. You want like it's just like, so how you doing? Yeah, and it's really well done. Yeah, the movie's great. It's one of my favorites of the year. Really, really good stuff. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah.
Check it out, folks.
Time.
There's still time. It's almost Christmas. Yeah, I hope this. It's really good. It's already gotten some Golden Globe nominations. I've expected to do some Oscar stuff. I don't know how the genre. It's a Christmas movie. Are is the Academy like, we're not a Christmas movie? What the fuck is this? Yeah. Yeah. Big fan of that. People, don't destroy the treasure of Foggy Mountain. What the hell is this?
Please don't destroy.
Please don't destroy the treasure.
So this is a Peacock original film.
Please don't destroy, the treasure of Foggy Mountain.
Yes. So this is
Or
by
semicolon. My
yes.
bad.
This is by a
Colon. My bad again.
Let me
My
litigate something about the
God.
title as well.
So this is by a comedy group called Please Don't Destroy.
Mhm.
They have blown up because they made some short form content online, and they were basically picked up by SNL,
Oh.
and they basically just make digital shorts every week for them.
Ah.
And they are amazing. They are so funny and so short and so quippy. Like whenever I am my normiest thing is I watch SNL, mostly because I'm fascinated by how the hosts deal with that. Adam Driver.
I was gonna
sorry-
say I just saw
so-
some clips.
Sorry to date this when we're recording this, but Adam Driver hosted the other day, and he is a fantastic host. He always brings like his intense dramatic stuff to like insane things. Anyways, but these guys have been the best part of SNL for about 2 to 3 years, and they were basically given, a movie budget and were allowed to make a feature-length thing on Peacock, and it is very, very funny. It's very stupid. It's probably not a good movie, but like it's very funny. Conan O'Brien's in it. He plays one of their dads, and it's just a fun, silly time. It feels a lot like Hot Rod did back at that time, where it's like, okay, this is clearly the vision of this comedy team, and I think over time, the people who are fans of this will probably put this on a higher level than it was. But basically, it's just a group of 3 friends. And they go on a quest to find the treasure of Foggy Mountain, and they run into random, weird, silly, wacky things along the way, and it's great.
Okay.
In the sense that it's very funny. Is it a great movie? I don't know. You might hate it, but it's very funny. 90 minutes. If you're bored, check it out.
Okay.
Very good.
I do not have Peacock, sadly.
Or just Google some of their shorts
Okay.
on YouTube, because they're very funny and all of them are very good.
Okay. Cool. Please don't destroy Colon, the treasure of Foggy Mountain. All right. Saltburn, the new film from one Emerald Fennell of promising young woman fame, starring Barry Keoghan, Jacob Elordi, hottest star on the planet,
He's
This
back.
month.
and Rosamund Pike, and Carey Mulligan for a bit in it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, I don't. For me, my expectations on this movie wasn't super high, but it's Emerald Fennell's new movie, which is a sort of a big deal. As Promising Woman was a big deal movie, but those trailers sure were something, huh? That's what I remember from. I mean, I got annoyed by the first one, even though it was a well done trailer. Yeah, I just got annoyed by it. Yeah. And to be fair to the people who edited those trailers, I don't fucking know how I sell this movie. What do you want me to
I
do?
mean, honestly.
What do you want me to sell this as? I don't fucking know.
You can't show the pivotal scene.
You can't, yeah.
It'd be very confusing.
So this is, I think you described it at Carrying Letterboxd as Barry Keoghan always being up to something or whatever. It's
true,
Barry
yeah.
Keoghan is up to some stuff in this movie.
Up to something every day of his fucking life.
Barry Keoghan watched Parasite and was like, I could do that. But in my own sick and twisted way.
Yeah, so Barry Keoghan meets Jacob Elordi at this private school. Is it college?
It's Oxford.
It's
Oxford University.
We understand that Barry here got in because he's a very smart lad and he got a scholarship or something. And there are a lot of rich people who just paid their kids to get there and they're real
Right.
assholes, and Barry doesn't really fit in, and people are really mean to him, except this one guy who he's good at math. Is that what
He's good at math, but he's also insane.
Yes, he is also insane. Somehow seems kind of normal by the end of this movie. Yeah. And then some bad stuff happens to his family.
He has a chance encounter with Jacob Elordi.
He has a chance encounter.
Who you see that like he kind of like looks at and like kind of like fantasizes about. It's a little unclear on what the intentions are there, but yeah, some stuff happens with this family, and then
Why don't you stay in my castle with my rich family for the summer?
like, if you insist,
You pulled my arm. I
What
guess
could-
I'll come stay
what
at the
could-
castle.
what can possibly go wrong?
And are we spoiling this movie?
Uh,
That seems like a no.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We have 2 months where we can spoil
it'll be
the
on Prime the 22nd of this month.
Yeah.
so it's
Wow,
almost
can't
done.
wait till people
I'm
click
so
on that
excited.
movie.
I'm so
Honestly, I
excited.
feel like people I think being light spoiling might be good, because I feel like if people saw the trailer and was like, ugh, like they're not gonna watch it. I feel like if people had this sense like there was some mischief up, they might be like more like, okay, all right. Because I did not get the sense of mischief in the trailer. I got
They
this.
cast Barry Keoghan.
I know, and I should have realized.
Listen, I would describe it as an erotic thriller. And the trailers don't really, like, some weird spooky shit maybe's happening, or it's a coming of age story. It is not a coming of age movie, I can tell you that much.
It's a coming story. Light, there we go.
But it is certainly nothing else like it right now. There's maybe something kind of like it.
I think there's a lot like it, but not in this combination, and for a good reason.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. People keep telling me it's like the Talented Mr. Ripley. I don't fucking know what that is. It's an old movie. I saw A Personal Journey Through Movies with Martin Scorsese, and he didn't mention it, so clearly it doesn't matter.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, this movie. What can I say about this movie that's spoiling it? What I like about it? I found it. It has moments of shock and awe, and I don't know. I was like, man, that's crazy. And the erotic thrillerness of it, which is weird to say that it is a. Erotic thrillers work because there's a mystery or something we're trying to solve, and also it is sexy. I thought it was kind of. I don't know. It was.
Listen, if you need to get into it, we can do a spoiler warning.
All I'm gonna say about the eroticism of this is because it was described as erotic. I've seen people on their like this is a sexy movie. The director was like, the bathtub scene or whatever. This is so sexy. Listen, if you think this is sexy, you need to see a therapist. You have some deep problems that you need to work out.
It's not my thing, but I do think it is sexual in nature. And
yes, everything is sexual in this movie. Is it sexy though? Is it tantalizing? It's like, oh.
No.
No, it's gross. It's really gross.
Wow, Ryan.
I'm sorry. If
that's a little homophobic.
Let me you can insert any of the sex scenes in this movie, and I could say if anyone did any of that to you, you would call the police. I would call the police. Anyone would call the police. It is criminal.
To quote a very, very well-known detective, it makes no sense. It does compel me, though.
Yeah.
It makes no damn sense.
But yeah,
God,
Saltburn.
It's such a good movie. I realized about this movie because I feel like with Emerald Fennell's other film, Promise Young Woman, they both have they're very different content, but they both have a similar like velocity and punchiness that I really enjoy. And I like watching Saltburn. I love Promising Young Woman, but it's such a heavy movie for me that I can't watch it very often. So I'm happy to have Saltburn, which is seeped in that same style, and I can just watch it and have some laughs and have a good time. I think that's important.
So, check it out once it gets to Amazon.
Please.
I don't know. I'm very fascinated Amazon Pay.
I guarantee you when Jeff Bezos finds out that he greenlit this movie, he's gonna be like, what?
Please, he's a billionaire.
Yeah, no one's asking Margot Robbie.
He's definitely done everything in this movie to someone.
This is about him.
This was the shooting of him at Oxford, probably. I can see it. I can 100% see it.
All right.
What a good movie.
Well,
the garage he started Amazon was actually the manor.
Speaking of a monster,
and I'm not talking about oh god,
Jacob Elordi?
No, I was talking about Jeff Bezos.
Barry Keoghan.
That was mine. No,
I see.
Barry Keoghan's a nice man.
Got it.
He's
Keoghan
Droog, whatever the fuck that.
Oh right, yeah.
Droog.
Didn't see that.
Godzilla -1. A new Japanese live-action Godzilla movie. So the follow-up to Shin Godzilla, not to be confused with Warner Brothers Monsterverse, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Yeah, this is a Godzilla movie that is it's -1. I guess you would call it because it's I guess it's like it's not really 1, but it's also not really 0. I don't know. Is that where this is? Because it's
I reread this again. It's because it's named that way because after World War II, they're like Japan was put to 0, and in a movie where Godzilla attacks right after
that's
bombs,
-1.
that they're going back. He's the -1. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So yeah,
It's also like kind of like a prequel kind of thing. I don't think
it's not. It's like a
it's not
revision
connected
of
to
no.
like Shin Godzilla or any of the other ones, but like I think by putting it like farther back in the timeline than any of the other ones, I think that kind of makes it.
It's also one where the first one doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. This is a Godzilla movie where Godzilla doesn't really appear after the nuclear bomb. He just kind of always existed. Or has existed relatively recently.
But then the bomb kind of made him blow up a bit.
Yeah.
Got him a little beefed up.
Yeah, a little beefed up.
Yeah. So we follow this kamikaze fighter pilot who is having second thoughts about the job.
I've been there.
You know what? I don't think this is where my career path wants to go. And so he lands on a little island where, kamikaze fighter planes, I guess, get serviced before they do the job. And then they're like, hey, buddy, there's nothing wrong with your plane.
That doesn't seem like a necessary step.
No, it
either.
doesn't.
It's like, hey, this plane needs to be in working order.
I'm like, okay.
I think he said like, "Hey, I was trying to kill myself,
Listen,
but the plane wasn't working right." I was like, "Okay, we'll check it out." And like, but the
It
plane's
just keeps
working.
landing safely. I don't know.
That's crazy.
And then Godzilla attacks that camp. And Godzilla kills all the people there. And there's a moment where our little fighter pilot here has a moment to fight back against Godzilla by using a gun turret, which we all know, viewer, that wouldn't do a goddamn difference. But he is filled with guilt. He survives, him and one other guy. He gets to go back home and see the wreckage of the nuclear bomb and what war has done to Japan. Very fun stuff. And he is also haunted by, this immense guilt that he could have done something. And sees Godzilla in his dreams sometimes. And then a few years later, Godzilla shows up in full fucking power force after Japan was just done rebuilding. And we gotta do something about him. I don't know. Ryan, you want to start with how you feel about this one?
I fucking love this movie. This movie's so awesome. It does everything that like, a good monster movie should do, but it's also, Godzilla. I think it's the most like I've been interested in like what's going on with like human characters in a movie like this.
That's
just
fair,
because
yeah.
like, there's a lot of like divisive on like the guy, but like at least like what he's going through was like interesting and like unique, whether or not, he does do a lot of speeches about like honor and I should have done something. It's like maybe a few less of those, but what he's going through is so unique and how everyone's interacting with him, and there's like fun side characters. He has like this interesting, kind of like found home that he like made in the wreckage of like everything. And then Godzilla, and he's insane. He's like this giant shark that's just like destroying everything.
His atomic breath is actually atomic.
It's
like
actually
literally
atomic
dropping
breath.
a nuke on you.
It's so awesome.
Which is one of the best scenes in the movie. It's
so
incredible.
good. And just like the movie's also like really beautifully shot.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see all this like, boats on the ocean and Godzilla looming in the distance and just like sunsets and just like planes and people, and it's just awesome. It's just like everything like a good action movie or a monster movie should be. I just absolutely love it so much. And plus it has all that like classic Godzilla symbolism for like, destruction, society, war, blah, 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 blah. We know, we've all seen Oppenheimer, but it's amazing. And I'm so glad it's doing super well in the States because it deserves all of that, in my opinion. It is great.
You could not tell that it was made on a budget less than $12 million.
Yes.
There was a quote going on $12 million, and the director was like, "I fucking wish it was $12 million."
The quote was like $15 million.
Oh yeah,
And then the director was like, "I wish it was that. It was more like $10 million approximately." And it's like damn,
Yeah, so-
that is like nothing.
For the price of a Blumhouse movie, it's pretty damn
That's
good.
pretty good.
Yeah. Carrie, what'd you think of this?
I liked it a lot as well. I was not intending to see this movie. I was intending to try and see Silent Night, but then that showing was canceled. And I was like,
Oh,
well, I
that's
guess
right.
I'll go watch this
John Woo
stinky lizard
disrespected.
movie. And you know what? Pretty damn
Pretty
good.
good.
Probably better than Silent Night. But yeah, no, I completely agree. Because when I was watching it, I had that realization of like, oh my god, it is possible to care about the people.
Yes!
Because like my limited exposure to Godzilla has been some of the older ones, and then mostly just the
newer.
Monsterverse.
yeah, those ones, and those are all kind of ass.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, it at least just in terms of the human characters, all not inspiring me to care about them at
Yeah.
all.
I mean-
Except Bryan Cranston.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then they kill him off 20
Yeah.
minutes later.
Yeah. But yeah, like all the human stuff of like a country who like just went through war, and where they lost, and they realized like, what the fuck? What? Why did we? Why? Like, why are we so like honored bound? Why are we like willing to sacrifice our lives so easily for our country?
I really like that with like The Last Stand, with
Yeah.
everyone was like, listen, the government didn't have our back with this war thing, so we have to, as people, not a country, just
Yeah.
like work to stop this Godzilla.
Just some
thing.
guys, because Japan was getting demilitarized after the war.
Mhm.
And also we were moving into the Cold War, where the United States were like, that might piss off the Russians if we do something. So Godzilla is
that lizard, that's your problem.
That's your
guys.
problem, guys. But yeah, I like this movie a lot. I would describe this movie as the Top Gun Maverick of Godzilla movies.
Oh.
Where it is, it's not reinventing the wheel, but it is doing like the core tenets of what you expect this action movie to do. And for its genre, for Godzilla specifically, like Godzilla's big, he's powerful, he's fucking terrifying, and they really go home. Again, when he does the nuclear, the atomic breath, it feels like in the country, like, oh, fuck another goddamn. Okay, the monster smashing on it. If it wasn't more, if it wasn't clear enough how much it sucked that one, you're getting smashed by a monster. Also, he's dropping a nuke, and you guys probably have some feelings about being dropped nukes on.
This man isn't just a metaphor for atomic nukes. He also literally is an atomic nuke.
Yeah. And so it gives weight to like when they're like, we cannot let him do that again. Like we have like, yeah. So were they trying to stop him from doing that? I was like, yeah, because that's no good. We don't want that, guys.
That is no good.
Yeah. Yeah, and like the action scene, like it's pretty low stake. Again, some guys in a boat. They're
Oh
gonna
my
like,
God.
we got balloons. We're gonna use these
Angry.
balloons to take down Godzilla.
And Godzilla's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I think my favorite like action thing is like when they're in like the little tugboat.
Yeah.
And Godzilla's like doing the little like shark swim over, and like they're just fast enough to like match him. And like that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And that's terrifying. Look at that little goofy man who's following you. His
Yeah.
little snout in the water. It's awesome.
And again, with I think with Top Gun Maverick is like we have this plan. We're gonna execute it. There are steps to it, and the tension is like how like each part actually goes to plan or it doesn't. But yeah, I think it's really great. My only problem with this movie, and it's a problem with Top Gun Maverick a little bit, is that I just don't care about this guy that much, and where I did not care about Tom Cruise so much and his relationships with other characters in this movie. I just thought, and I get it, like we have a character who's like sort of again, he has these feelings of guilt because he's also like sort of his culture been like honor, so he was like, I was supposed to die. It was the right thing to do. It's fucked up that I'm alive, or whatever the hell. And then we find the older guy who survived from the island, and be like, hey, you gotta live. And then his wife character like is not a character at all. She's just a pretty lady to take care of, like she's just a housewife essentially, which is, I don't know. I didn't like that either. But everything else around it, like the lead professor man, who's also in charge of their the fucking boat. Their job is to go shoot down the mines with the fucking thing.
Right, yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. Their little fucking shitty boat. It's so good. Yeah, this movie's great. It's very, very good. It's awesome to see so many folks come out to watch it. Actually, yeah, good stuff. Good job. I don't know if you can. The problem with Godzilla is that once you introduce other monsters, it's hard to go back to grounded again, because we have stakes. We have big monster man, Small humans. How are the small humans gonna take down the monster? The monster when it's two monsters. I love two monsters fighting, but it's hard to
Ground that.
at all. Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, because like watching them fight, that's cool. But then it's like, okay, now the people like, okay, now there's two monsters and they're fighting, and this really sucks.
Yeah.
We just built this sports arena. I
Just-
really wish
just-
they hadn't done that.
Just let them fight.
Okay.
Let's-
Oh, let them fight.
Anyways, that's all for November. We did not watch Thanksgiving again. I don't know why. But you know, we didn't do it.
It just never came to Alamos. We
Yeah.
were like, fuck that.
Yeah. December.
May, December.
Oh yeah, May December. The new movie from Todd Field.
Haynes.
Hey.
Dang it. Director of Carol. Starring Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore. Yeah, I did not know about this until people started raving like crazy about it.
Mhm.
Carrie, you've seen it,
Mhm.
but yeah, I tried to watch it on Netflix. I don't have Netflix. I can use it on my computer, but it looks like shit. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I watch. Have you seen May December yet?
I've seen this
Okay,
as well.
well,
yeah.
excited to talk about it in December.
Very fun. I don't know why it was nominated for best comedy or musical.
What are you gonna
at
do?
the
Golden Globes, baby.
It's like, this movie's really funny. What's it about? Oh no.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. There
Uh,
are jokes.
It's jokes.
There's jokes, but
It's
there's
got a very
also
dark sense of humor.
there's also the rest of it. What? Next month.
John Woo's Silent Night.
I would like to watch it, please. I don't know, because like they were gonna open it at Alamo and then they just didn't. I don't know if they're going to. They might have just run out of screens because it's the end of the year and there's a ton of shit. I've heard it's not very good.
Yeah.
I've heard people do not like it. Like, they really do not like
I
it.
would want to watch it though. 'Cause, like, come on, let me decide. I might still try and figure out a way to check
Okay.
it out. We'll see. I'll report back.
Alright. Eileen, starring Anne Hathaway and Thomasin McKenzie, based on a novel of the same name, I believe. Massachusetts.
Yuck. That's the movie, not me.
More like Massachusetts.
Oh no.
Yeah. We've already seen this. Also, we'll have thoughts on it.
Fun little thriller. What's
Anne
going
Hathaway,
on?
pretty lady. Whoa, blonde, smoking. Whoa.
Yuggy, yuggy. Wow, whoa.
Calm down.
No, that's Thomasin McKenzie, not
Oh,
me.
of
Oh.
course, right.
The boy and that heron. That dang boy and that dang heron. Hayao Miyazaki's new animated movie. Not to be confused with his son who can't draw for shit. Yeah, his next movie, Since the Wind Rises, if I'm not incorrect.
Yeah, and that was 2013.
That was a
Jesus, that
decade.
was a
Yeah, that was a
while ago.
long fucking time ago.
Jesus.
He's been drawing this for a while.
Yeah.
All those birds.
Yeah.
Again.
There are a lot of birds.
There are a lot of birds in this film. Another movie we will talk about when the time comes. Wonka. What's this man's name? The director?
Oh, Jesus, I have no idea.
Paddington.
I just
Paul
keep calling him
Paul
Paddington
King.
guy.
Paul King. That's what it is. Paul King's Wonka. Timothy Chalamet.
I'm so excited. It's
Um,
so
Timothy
dumb how excited I
Chalamet
am.
is-
One of
Wonka.
the biggest surprise of the year. People fucking love this movie.
I mean, like, I was excited from a shitpost standpoint, and now people really like it, and I'm like, oh no, what if I really genuinely love the film?
Now when he says I'm making chocolate, of course people are like, wow.
I'll make you chocolate, of course. I'm so
I think
excited.
if this movie is good, I think that just shows that Paul King really is King, and he can take even the dumbest idea
Yeah.
of the
So
Willy
true.
Wonka origin story
So true.
and make it work.
From the things I've seen from the trailer, it does seem like I like how it's clear that they're incorporating the look of the first movie,
Mhm.
where like it's clear they didn't have a lot of budget. Where like it's like this is kind of a factory still. Yeah, it's magical. There's like crazy, but it's still a factory.
Right.
Whereas the Charlie Chocolate Factory went all the way to like a skeuomorphism and like
Yeah.
Tim Burton stuff. So I'm interested in that. I'm fucking watching it. I wasn't planning on watching Wonka, but here we are. Oh boy.
Big fun at Wonka.
The Zone of Interest. I only know this movie from the poster and that it is good apparently.
Mm-hmm.
This is the guy who made Under the Skin.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know anything else beyond that, but that interests me.
Boy,
Just
howdy.
I
as an
believe it's
interesting
about
guy.
people who work at a concentration camp
Oh.
and they like build up a house right next to the concentration camp. Are like, we're gonna live here. I think. I have no idea. I might be. I might
That's
be
fucking
completely
insane.
wrong.
That's a great. If it's not, that's a great set
I
for
think
movie.
I remember reading that, so I think that's it.
My main also thing I saw was somebody on Twitter just being like, because it's just like zone of, if that is the story of the movie, there's just a bunch of movie reviewers just being like, so of interest, what? Just react based to it. And then I saw someone like being like, just do that, like, but like come and see, be like, what? Anyways, that sounds something. But that is that what it is?
Commandant of Auschwitz, Rudolf
There you
Hoss,
go.
and his wife Hedwig strive to build a dream life for their family in a house and garden next to the camp.
Okay, that sounds.
Thank God I was right.
I would have chosen somewhere else to live, but
Personally.
That's me. That's just
personally
me.
me,
I would live outside the zone of interest.
that
if it
just
were me.
does not interest me, unfortunately.
Well, I haven't seen the trailer, but that sounds fantastic.
Yeah,
I can't wait
it'd
to
be
see
good.
that now.
Yeah,
Great.
I'm excited.
Cool. Fantastic. I lost the show notes. Ryan, what's the next one?
American Fiction.
Oh, this one.
What's his name? Jeffrey Wright?
Jeffrey
Yes,
Wright.
yes.
He's an author. He's a good writer, but nothing picks up. But then he decides to write a quote black book, and that suddenly makes him explode in popularity. And he has to kind of put on this facade of this life that he pretended that he had in the book that he wrote.
What hijinks.
It looks very funny.
It does look
I like
I
Jeffrey
Jeffrey
Wright.
Wright a
I
lot.
like him.
Issa Rae's in it. Very good.
I love Jeffrey Wright when he's doing really long monologues in Wes Anderson movies.
I love his role in The Hunger Games Catching Fire.
Oh, he was in that?
He was Beatty. He was
Oh, yeah! That's right. He was in that. That's cool. All right. Why is Rebel Moon Part 1 a Child of Fire on this list?
Because it comes out on Netflix this December, George. It's the first half of the Zack Snyder the movie that woke Star Wars wouldn't let him make.
Oh,
Probably.
that's what this is.
Yeah.
I've only seen the title.
Wait, what do you mean by that, Ryan?
So basically, this was based on a Star Wars pitch he gave to Lucasfilms that they said no to, and he decided to just rework it into his own thing. So this is just a Star Wars movie
By Zack Snyder.
by Zack Snyder.
Two things I hate.
What are you talking about? So
I mean, he
obvious-
seems like a nice.
He
enough
seems like a
guy.
nice
He
guy.
just seems like he
Jesus
just seems like
Christ.
a dumb guy. You know?
Yeah.
He's just a dude. He's just a dude.
But yeah, this is a two-part film, and then also he said that there will be a director's cut that combines both of them that will also have like more like stuff that's not in either part, and it's like, why?
Yeah, like
what's happening? It's not like this is showing in theaters and you're confined to a length. Just make it all one thing. I'm so confused by all this.
He just likes to do that. He likes to do his cut.
I guess-
even of his own movie.
I guess even when he has full creative control, he's like, no, I need to hold back. God damn it.
Yeah, that I'm
Literally
I'm
asking
gonna-
Netflix, hold me back, hold me back.
I'm
gonna
begging
go,
you.
I'm gonna go ahead and straight up refuse to watch that.
That's fine. I will hate watch this so we can
Oh
talk
my
about
God.
it later. Don't worry.
You watched Army of the Dead.
I did. That is not a good
Oh.
movie. That's a very boring, bad movie. And because, Weird Justice League stuff, it won Film of the Year, if you remember the audience Film of the Year on that one film.
Very funny. That was hilarious.
That was
actually.
very funny. It's like, Army of the Dead. Huh?
Oh.
It's got Batista in it. Not this one, though. Does this one have anyone famous? I've seen a lady. I'm like, I don't know who you are.
It has people famous in it, yeah. Let me go on to the next one.
Aquaman and the Lost
Let's
Kingdom.
go. Now this is some silly ass bullshit that I will definitely watch.
Yes. It has been. It feels like the first Aquaman was a long time ago. Was it
It was kinda
2018?
long.
2018?
I got
I
a
think so.
question.
Yeah.
What?
Do we watch this movie in 3D?
No.
That way.
I'll watch it. No, the
that
IMAX
way,
theater
that
sucks
way
ass.
it will be fully...
If it's in Dolby Vision, I would love to watch it in
Okay.
Dolby Vision at AMC. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this is a new Aquaman movie.
Or I was
That's all it
watching it
seems to
on-
be.
Well, I mean,
That all
I
just
don't care.
seems to be what it's about. It's just another Aquaman movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, but this one seems to have a lot more like buddy comedy of
Yeah.
Aquaman and Patrick Wilson.
That is
I'm
very
so
funny.
excited.
Uh-huh.
We love Ocean Master.
We stand an Ocean Master.
Okay, so question. Manta was in the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I
but
thought
he
so.
was like a side C plot that
Yeah,
we
he
kept
was a-
cutting to occasionally.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, Black Manta, okay.
Who?
And then it's like,
Whatever.
I'm gonna kill that
Because
Aquaman.
he was the one who, at the very beginning, when Aquaman was like on the ship and his dad died.
Oh
And
yeah.
Aquaman was like, "I'm not going to help you" or something. I don't remember.
It's
what
like, I'm
happened.
wearing my jeans. I can't help you right
I
now.
can't deal with all
Oh,
this.
yeah.
And then that's why he hates Aquaman.
Huh.
I think.
Huh.
It's all coming back.
I
to
mean, that's
me.
fair.
That is pretty fair, honestly.
Yeah.
Aquaman kind of seems
I,
like
I,
a troll.
I am probably have to. I do have to probably rewatch Aquaman.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
fucking go,
Hell yeah, we
bitch.
do.
Also, this was a great reminder that Nicole Kidman's his mom is. I completely forgot about that.
Y'all.
Who also be the mother of Jason Momoa, but Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Anyways, some of the people in Rebel Moon include Charlie Hunnam,
Oh.
Ed
Oh yeah.
Serkin, Anthony Hopkins,
Oh.
Ray Fisher, Jenna Malone,
Another Hunger Games person.
Digimon Hansu.
Yeah, Demon
Oh
Hansu.
my god.
And that's,
Carrie Elways.
Oh baby.
Yeah.
Dr. Gordon himself.
and that seems to
Hallie?
be. That seems
You
to
have
be
to
it.
die. Oh man. All right. Cool.
I'm still gonna go ahead and refuse.
Yeah,
to
I'm
watch
good.
that.
Thank you.
I'll take care of it. Don't worry.
All right.
Unless you report back that Carrie Elways is hilarious.
Okay.
Oh man. The Iron Claw. This is another 824 movie. This is the movie based on the story of the Von Erich wrestling dynasty. Starring Zac Efron, Jeremy Allen White. Who else is in that? That's it. Might be
Those
some
are
other.
two
There's
big
a third
names.
brother.
There's a third one. Oh, there's more than three.
Oh.
There's a lot of them.
Shows you what I know.
So yeah, this will be probably good. I'm excited to watch this. Yeah. If you want, for those curious who are not wrestling people, this is like old wrestling shit. Old wrestling shit. Like, I think the only reason a lot of people know about this story is because Vice has a really good documentary series about wrestling stories, and this was one of them. But other than that, I had never heard of this story until then. It was like pre-WWE, like territory shit. Like, it is ancient. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Stuff happens to that family is all I'll say. Anyone But You. I know this one and I can't remember what it is right now.
The Sydney Sweeney, Glenn
Oh
Powell.
yeah, we just got a trailer for that right now.
Yo.
Why is this coming out on Christmas?
No clue.
I saw a trailer and I was like, wait, it's coming out on Christmas? Well, what? How this is January stuff? What are we doing?
Unsure.
Some people think Sydney Sweeney is very attractive. Good for them. I'm sure they'll enjoy this film.
That's how I feel about the both of these people. Cause
Oh, is this man someone I should know?
he's from
Glenn Powell?
He was
He's-
in.
Maverick.
Yeah, he was in.
Oh
Top
yeah,
Gun.
he was. He
That's,
was the
that's,
asshole
like,
in
that's what
Maverick.
made him like blow up with popularity.
Because he just looks like a white guy?
Yeah.
I
George, people
I'm
like
so confused.
people like generic white guys.
Apparently.
And I like Glenn Powell. He was very funny in Scream Queens, the
I
TV
didn't see
show.
that.
Very funny guy in that one. He plays this weird jock who is just insane and incredible. And now he is a huge mega star suddenly, which is very weird to me. But all I know about this movie is the weird trailer thing
Oh, they got spoofed by...
that got spoofed by The Curse,
Yeah.
which is pretty funny.
It was
And
pretty-
other than that, that's all I know about it.
It's directed by the director of Easy A, Fired Up, Friends with Benefits. Essentially, anytime Sony has made a comedy, like, sort of dealy, it's been him. I think he also did the Annie reboot with Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz. Yeah. So congrats to that guy. He's getting work from Sony forever. I'm sure this will do big numbers on Netflix once it's out on Netflix.
Yeah.
I have no interest in it. I have no interest in Sydney Sweeney. I guess she looks attractive. I mean, sure. It was very weird. My boss, when we were on a trip, sorry, Nick, I just said, he doesn't listen to this. He was just like, George, she's really hot. And I was like, okay.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I think she's okay.
I mean, She is, but it's like I see her in Euphoria, and I'm just like, you're insane.
Yeah.
Euphoria
has really tainted all these actors.
Yes.
For me.
If I just
Fair.
saw her, I'd be like, yes, you're like a conventionally attractive person, but like I just think of Euphoria, I'm like, there's a sea of grossness over this
Yeah.
now, and that's how I feel about Jacob Elordi too.
Yep, same here.
It's just like everyone who touches that show.
Whatever happened to Barbie Ferreira? I haven't seen her in any. I mean, she showed up in Nope when we
Yeah,
were watching
yeah,
it.
she showed up in
I was
Nope
like,
for a
what?
little bit, I mean, she got written out of Euphoria.
She did get written out. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. All right. Well, anyways.
How funny! She was like one of the main characters, then she became nothing, and then written out.
Migration, baby. Illumination's Migration. I don't know why I'm fascinated with this movie, but I sure as hell am. This is Illumination's movie about ducks migrating. And I don't know. Jimmy Neutron's dad is probably very excited about it. As a
That's
joke
so
for
true.
3 people.
I do not remember Jimmy Neutron enough to.
He loves
He
ducks.
loves ducks.
Okay, I believe it.
It's beautiful mallard.
Exactly. That's what's in this movie. This movie's tracking to be the worst performing Illumination movie of all time.
Let's go.
So, you know? But also, to me, it seems like the least annoying Illumination movie. And I'm counting the Mario movie in that. Because
That is true. That's a very annoying.
that's a movie that came out this year, you know what I'm
It
saying?
is. People were mad when it didn't win Best Video Game Adaptation at the Game Awards.
Who is people?
People!
Who?
I saw people!
I
No,
saw that.
I saw people. No, I saw people argue that it would win because not enough people watched The Last of Us.
What are you talking about?
I know. This is what I'm saying. I see these insane takes whenever I'm on the internet, and I'm just like, what algorithm is doing this? Why is it doing this to me? There's no world where the Mario movie would win Best Video Game theme over a Last of Us TV show starring Pedro Pascal. Anyways, this movie's about birds.
Yep. Poor Things. The next film from Yorgos Lanthimos. That's his
The
name?
next film to become Carrie's personality for the next few
Excuse
months.
you.
I'm excited for this.
Carrie, I say that with so much love in my heart.
Starring Emma Stone, Mark Ruffalo, Rami Youssef, I think is his name, and Willem Dafoe. Is a movie about a woman discovering life, as I understand.
Yeah, I think it's like a Frankenstein type of thing.
Yes.
I've
It's,
heard
she's a lady.
I've heard it's like Barbie, but like she fucks.
Let's go.
I understand
I've
that
heard
she
it's like
fucks a
similar
lot.
things of discovering like womanhood and stuff like that. And it's like that's hilarious. If we get to like the A track and the B track, that's awesome.
Yeah. It seems like Searchlight Pictures has not had a good record of making profitable movies. Would that be Disney's fault? Probably. But it seems like they are very, very confident in this movie, and they're really, really backing up old Yorgi with marketing on this one. So, yeah.
It's about time.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited. We're getting it like last. I've already
I
know
know.
multiple people who have already seen this movie when I was in LA. So yeah, Poor Things. The Color Purple, the musical remake.
Oh, it's a musical remake?
Why are you not? Why movie studios? Why are you so scared to say the musical?
That's how I feel about the Mean Girls
Yes.
thing.
Well, they're doing that with Wonka, they're doing that with Mean Girls, and they're doing that with The Color Purple.
To be fair,
These are
Wonka-
all music. Like you would expect Wonka to be
Yeah.
musical, but they're not showing any
Sure,
of that
sure.
in the trailers. So it's just like people are gonna show up, and
Someone-
people who hate musicals. hate
Yeah,
musicals.
exactly.
Yeah.
If you're,
But it's also like my problem with, and Mean Girls comes out in January, and we'll talk about that then, but like, you're just calling it Mean Girls, you're showing no songs, people aren't gonna want and like, it has half of the same cast, so it's like, people who
Right.
like Mean Girls are gonna be like, why would I watch this? It also has Tim Meadows and Tina Fey in it, who made, like why? And it's like, if you showed it was a musical, then at least that'd be something.
Mhm.
But they're not!
show those set pieces. Why
Yeah,
aren't you showing
they're
this?
probably gonna be awesome.
They're probably gonna be good.
Yeah.
But I don't
And
understand.
I didn't know this was a musical either.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I've not seen The Color Purple.
me
so I'm
either.
not-
There's a
I don't
4K
know.
release. Maybe I'll watch it. I don't know. Coming out soon.
That's like what year did that come out? Original Color
80. It was definitely 80.
Purple? 80.
I don't know.
In my head, it's like late 80s, early 90s.
Because Oprah was already big.
Right.
But that like
So yeah, it could be. I guess it could be late 80s or early 90s, either one.
Okay.
I'll double check.
But yeah,
A little before our time, unfortunately.
Right.
Also, I've somehow this is a movie somehow that
85.
85. Okay.
Oh,
Somehow
okay.
this is a movie that has culturally completely passed me by. Like I just know the book cover and the movie cover. I've seen the 4K release and I've never seen a single actor in this movie until that moment. And I don't know what. I don't know. But yeah, this movie just reminds me. I should watch The Color Purple, the original. And I haven't seen. Not a single trailer for this movie has passed my eyeballs. This
Me
remake.
too.
So I can't even tell you if it looks good or bad. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch a trailer for it later tonight. I don't know. Anyways, Ferrari.
The trailer will not pass you by. Or will?
Very
will?
quickly will pass you by.
Ferrari.
Michael Mann's Ferrari. My God, this movie. I cannot fucking wait. I wish we had better theaters in Omaha so I could watch it in the best possible quality. Oh my God. Was it there? Two objects in motion, whatever.
Objects cannot exist in the same space
Wah.
at the same time.
So fucking good. I can't wait. Adam Driver is a good actor, and I love when he is doing a fucking accent, and he is Enzo Ferrari. I fucking love Penelope Cruz. I think she is. I think she's my favorite actress of all time. I love
Nice.
her, love her to death. And you have her here being passionate and angry and yelling, and I'm like, let's fucking go.
He's like the Father Dolores.
Shailene Woodley's in this as well.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I don't know
very
why.
much.
And also the movie trailers itself, I'm like, yeah, she's here. I don't know.
Shailene Woodley will do something.
Yeah. Yeah, can't wait for this movie. Me and all the dads are gonna be very fucking excited. Is anyone else here excited for Ferrari?
I'll
I'm excited,
see it.
yeah.
Okay.
It
Seems
was
funny.
fun. I love
Yeah.
Adam Driver.
Yeah.
I do love Adam Driver too.
This also seems like the Parasite money and the Parasite acclaim like transaction for Neon. Like this looks like an expensive movie and a movie that they needed to do very well. Cause I trying to think, what is A24's biggest win? It might have been like The Green Knight and I guess Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I think
I was
they're-
afraid.
I think Bo Was Afraid was a big swing and it did not turn out financially well for that one.
Yeah. But,
Idiots. Everyone who didn't see Bo's Afraid, I mean.
but yeah, Ferrari.
Idiots, but I get it.
I don't.
Oh.
Frankly, I don't. Fix it.
I guess is Wonka the big Christmas
I think
movie?
Let's
people are
go.
gonna see.
It's gonna make a lot of money, huh?
because I feel
Well-
like people are not passionate about Aquaman.
I'm not watching
No.
Wish.
They're not
That's
watching
for damn
Wish.
fucking sure.
until it comes out on Disney Plus
Yeah.
on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
They're like, it gets you shut up, watch Wish.
I'm watching Wish.
But I think Wonka is gonna be.
Make a lot of
I
money.
think it's gonna be like The Greatest Showman, where like no one thought about it, but then it's just like blew up.
And
like,
so
I
we're gonna
think
be
that-
still listening to music from Wonka
Yeah,
fucking forever from
100%.
now, and it just will never die.
And I think
Top selling album at Barnes and Noble.
I feel like it's gonna be like that. I think it's gonna be that kind of Christmas.
I think you're absolutely right.
Okay.
Actually, now that you say that,
because I think it has enough like neutral appeal where people will be like, what do we see? It's Christmas and we have the family. What do we see?
Wonka.
I guess Willy
It'll
Wonka's
have-
the safe bet.
it'll have what I have in my mind as the Ghostbusters effect, because my family goes to all the Ghostbusters movies because they all like the Ghostbusters. So they're like, oh, a new Ghostbusters movie. We're all gonna go see that, and I'm like, I'm probably gonna skip.
Yeah.
But I think they would be like, oh, we should all go see that new Wonka movie. We love Willy Wonka. And I get it. I love Willy Wonka too.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Because like if you look at the other big stuff, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
Poor Things is a big thing, but that's only for freaks like us.
And
Aquaman is big, but like no one's gonna see it.
even though Aquaman 1 was one of the biggest DC
Yeah.
movies, but it's a different time and
Yeah.
place
Yeah.
now. Yeah, I think Wonka's gonna.
I think
fucking
this is the month
murder,
of Wonka.
Huh? Yeah. Well, everybody prepare.
destiny. This is my time.
All right. Well, that's a podcast, folks. Ryan Lance, if folks wanted to see your hot to the minute takes on Rebel Moon Part 1.
Oh wow.
A Child
To the
of
minute.
Fire. Where are they go?
It'll be filmpiece.com/film letterbox.com/filmpiece.
This fucking guy.
I will ask Letterbox to have a live feed feature so I can respond in real time what my thoughts are on Rebel Moon. It'll mostly be I'm bored. I went to the bathroom, something happened. I don't want
Bored,
to. I
bored,
don't want to
bored.
rewind.
You just gotta go on his like forum website or whatever, the Zack Snyder
Oh, that
forums.
Vivo,
Yeah.
Vivi or whatever it's called.
No clue. No clue.
The weird social media app that for some reason only he uses to announce stuff.
All right. Well, Carrie, where can folks find you for takes on films such
Find
as
me-
Silent Night? Maybe, who knows?
Someday, one of these days, you can find me at Letterboxd just by searching my first name, Carrie, Karrie.
And you can follow me at jcruzalvarez26, where I don't know what I'll be doing.
Watching The Color Purple.
Maybe, probably. We'll see.
I'd like to end this podcast with a meme that my father just sent me
Okay.
of the Grinch smiling and of Jim Carrey's the
Jim
Grinch.
Carrey's the Grinch, very
Jim
important.
Carrey's the Grinch smiling.
Ron Howard's the
And it
Grinch.
says, when you should be buying Xmas presents, but you keep buying weed instead.
What the fuck?
I don't understand it at all. I am so confused. We did not talk about Christmas today. We did not talk about the Grinch recently or weed. So this is a purely out of the blue theme.
Well,
And with that, we wish you all a very, Merry Christmas.
I'm glad my parents don't do memes. I don't know what they would say.
I am very upset that someone taught my father memes.
The only memes, air quote, that my mom will send me is whatever she can access from the GIF keyboard
Hmm.
on her phone.
well, until next time. Bye-bye.